Hello friends, and welcome to another video lecture from Architects Academy Virtual Classroom. Today we are going to learn about the importance of coping and the types of coping used over masonry walls. So this can come as a question in your exam. Write a note on importance of coping and the types of coping. So you can view this presentation and prepare for your exam. So first let us see what is meant by a coping and what is the importance of coping. So what you will realize is that when walls such as parapet walls or compound walls are open from the top, they will be acted upon by rain and sun, and due to that the mortar joints in these walls can get damaged. So this will result in a loss of strength of the walls, and water can also enter through the opened joints and damage the wall. So in this case it is necessary to provide protection to the top of such walls. This will be clear from the sketch. Here you can see that rain and sun will constantly act upon the top of such walls like parapet walls or compound walls which are open to sky. And as a result of that, what you will see is that these mortar joints will start getting opened up and they will damage the wall. So we are going to provide a protection on top of these walls. So this is what is meant by a coping. As you can see here, this is a concrete coping, and this coping is provided on top of the wall to protect it from the rain and sun. The concrete coping would normally consist of a plain cement concrete of 1:2:4 proportion, as we require to have a durable type of concrete which will withstand the rain and the sun. It will also be normally plastered over with a cement mortar plaster to give it a finishing surface. The plaster will normally be of a proportion of 1:4. The plaster will be having a drip mold at the bottom. What is a drip mold we'll see slightly further in the presentation. Now what are the materials which we can use for the coping? So we have already seen that concrete can be used as a material. Apart from concrete, we can also use stone or bricks as coping materials. But they are not as good as concrete because concrete has got some special properties. So that's why concrete is preferred material, as it is a durable and impervious material. Second is, it is homogeneous with very few joints, and it can be cast in different shapes. So these are the speciality of concrete, because of which it is the preferred material for coping. Now this coping can be given different shapes. As you can see here, this particular coping, the top surface and the bottom surface of the concrete are parallel to each other, and therefore this is called as parallel coping. In the second alternative, we have a coping which is sloping on two sides, and that is called as saddleback. In the third alternative, we have a coping which is sloping only in one direction, that is called as a feather edge coping. And in the last alternative, we have a coping which has been given a curved surface at the top. This is called as a segmental coping. Now the advantage of having this slope or the curve to the coping is that water can easily drain off the surface. The different shapes are also provided for aesthetical purpose. Now we had already seen that there is a drip mold which is provided at the bottom surface of the plaster in the coping. We'll go back to that sketch and just revise it. As you can see here, we have provided a drip mold here. Now what is the purpose of providing this drip mold? We'll see now. So when a coping is provided with plaster as a finishing material, what happens is that rainwater runs off the coping and it has a tendency to travel horizontally at the bottom of the coping due to surface tension. So if we go to the next slide, what you will see is that this is rainwater coming down on the surface. It starts flowing down, goes down vertically, and then it has a tendency to go horizontally like this. This is because of surface tension created between the plastered surface and the rainwater. Now what happens as a result of this is that any dust and anything gets collected on top of this coping will get mixed with the rainwater and it will travel horizontally and get splashed onto this wall. This will create ugly marks on the wall, and therefore this is not a desirable thing. So what is done is that the drip mold is made in the plaster to break the horizontal surface. Due to the break in the surface, the water drips down and does not splash on the wall. So what you can see here is that instead of having just a horizontal surface like this, we create a groove in the plaster. As a result of this groove, what happens is that the surface gets broken and the water which travels horizontally just drips down from the mold and does not splash onto the wall. So this is why the drip mold is provided. I hope you like this video and you could understand the importance of coping. Please like and share this video with friends. Please subscribe to our channel and to get more videos, press the bell icon to get notified about new videos. If you have any questions, write to us at architectsacademy@gmail.com. Thank you.